way here for HuK. Softball is finally getting a command center, so he's finally looking to take that natural as he attacks HuK's base, which would keep him busy enough to be able to fully saturate that natural and defend it. Now we do have a good handful of Megvacs on the field here by Softball. Softball is going to be able to pick off that pylon once again, and it's supply blocked HuK right now. HuK is supply blocked, so HuK is in trouble at the moment until he gets a couple more pylons on the field. We have amazing placement here with force fields by HuK. HuK is a king of force fields here. Was able to cut that army in half. Wow. That was definitely great push there by Softball, but it just wasn't enough as there was a good handful of sentries on the field there for HuK, and he was able to separate that army in half, and it just freaking demolished that whole army. Now HuK might be able to pick off that factory. Is he? Yes, he's able to pick off that factory there of Softball's opponent, so that's definitely going to hurt Softball. Now we do have 2 more barracks are on the way here for Softball, so he's definitely looking to mass some Rax units. And then he does have 2 Vikings also on the way too, which is going to be used mostly for scouting. That's all you can really use them for at the moment. Now we do have an observer on the field, still scouting around, checking things out. We have a little probe harass here by HuK, who was able to scout that natural. He sees what's going on. We have an orbital command also on the way for that natural as well. We have a drop coming in from the back here by Softball, as Softball was able to pick off that pylon, and now he is just having free reign in HuK's base. And that Robo Bay is getting out an Immortal right now, a little later, but I don't think he's going to need it, as Softball was able to save most of his units there. But a little harass was done. He was managed to kill a few probes. Looked like he was trying to pick off some buildings here, but it just wasn't enough, as HuK was able to push in his units and defend against that drop there by Softball. Now we had 2 simulators on the way here for HuK, so he's finally looking to get fully saturated on the gas from his natural. So he's definitely looking to go gas heavy build, which is, you can tell, it's exactly what he's doing. Every unit he has right here is gas, needs gas. And we do have 1 Lonely Marine just got picked off at the Zelnaga Tower. Softball is massing up his units in front of his natural. See, he's prepared for this attack as he also drops his Vikings, which is probably going to be used kind of as meat shields. No, he's putting him in the medic vac? What the fuck? That was a little weird. Now we do have the push coming in here from HuK as the scan does go down by Softball, so he sees what's exactly going on. We have 2 force field placements there by HuK, and he has more force field placements as he's just trying to separate this army in half, and it is forcing HuK to pull off all of his SCVs to defend against this attack here from HuK, and he did lose a bunch of SCVs there and decided to pull them off, put them back gathering minerals, as HuK is also warping in some more units over here by this proxy pylon once again, and Softball could be in trouble here as HuK has only a handful of units left now, and I don't know why is he not selecting. There we go. He's finally selecting those stalkers. He's going to be able to fully push into the base of Softball. That Softball is definitely in trouble right now. Softball, this stim pack, he should be able to pick off another stalker, maybe 2, as he is building a ton of units at the moment with those barracks. So he is actually going to be able to overwhelm this counterattack by HuK. So definitely a great push there by HuK. He did kill a bunch of SCVs, killed a ton of units. And yeah, the damage is done. Too bad he wasn't able to get that command center or whatnot, but looks like HuK was able to warp in some units over here in the back, and he is just running away now to his base. Now we do have that proxy pylon did just die there by Softball, so Softball is now looking to take on a 3rd base, so he's trying to keep a heavy economic advantage here against his opponent. And there's HuK again, gathering minerals with that 1 lonely probe and scouting around. I don't understand why he does that. I guess he just does it for fun. Maybe it makes a probe move faster. Who knows? Actually, no, I know it doesn't make him move faster, but still. Anyways, we have a ton of stalkers on the field here for HuK as he's now placing more pylons so he doesn't get supply block once again. Softball is finally looking to take on that 3rd base. We also have where is it? Combat shields are on the way now, also for Softball for those Marines. And all that fun stuff, so that's definitely going to help him quite a bit. We do have a drop coming in here from Softball in the back of the base of HuK once again, and I don't think HuK is forced to pull off a bunch of probes to deal with this attack from Softball. Softball is doing some good microing at the moment as he's getting chased by Zealots. He's going to be able to pick off Zealots one by one. Now he's just ignoring all those units and trying to pick off as much probes as he can, as those Marines are now just getting chopped away. Blink is almost done now for HuK, so that's definitely going to help HuK quite a bit. he can come over here, blink to the high ground, and do great free reign basically in the base of softball, as all his units are in front of his natural, and most likely will be at the third base there. Now we have attack coming in here from the back by softball to that third base that HuK is looking to take over. HuK also looks like he's building a proxy pylon over here to reinforce that area so he can take that over. Now HuK is chasing those handful of Marines and Marauders here. Softball is forced to snip back to get away, as he is rallying some more units to the units that are running away right now to see if he needs to take out that stalker push there by HuK. But HuK is rallying back to his base, as he does not want to lose any more units at the moment. HuK does have a good unit composition right now. Let's go to units tab. See here, we got 11 Stalkers, 2 Immortals, and 8 Zealots to 13 Marauders and 10 Marines. I gotta give the favor to HuK just because of the units he has. If Softball gets some armor and weapon upgrades, that'll definitely help him quite a bit. But at the moment, he just has Stimpak and Concussive Shells, and that's not going to help him into a late game match here at all. Especially, I mean, Stalkers, if he with a blink too, he's going to be able to pick off those units like nothing. Back to production tab, we do have charge lots are now on the way here by HuK, so that's definitely going to help him quite a bit against those Marauders with the Concussive Shells. This is definitely a heavy Marauder build right now by Softball, as he is looking to push out. Scan does go off by Softball at the front of the natural of HuK's base, so he's going to be able to see the unit composition that he has, and Softball is for some reason sending all these medivacs with no units in it to the bottom of the base here. I'm not exactly sure why. Looks like Softball was scouting around to see if there was any faraway bases that he could take over, as HuK's main army was at his main base. Now it looks like HuK is looking to push out to the main of Softball, as Softball is going to be able to get a slight surround over here, but it's forces Softball to Stimpak that one group of units, but those group of units are going to get destroyed and slaughtered by those Zealots and Stalkers. Now we do have a counterattack again from Softball from the back, as he's trying to flank HuK's army, and I think HuK's going to be able to destroy this whole army here. And yeah, Softball is forced to retreat. Looks like he's going to try running to the main and natural of HuK's base to see if he can do any damage there while the army is chasing him. But HuK is able to flank his army with some warped in units there from this pylon over on the left. And that whole army there by Softball just got demolished by HuK's extraordinary great army composition. I mean, he's got Immortal, he's got everything he needs, all the ground units that he can build, except for like High Templars and DTs, which would be great right now, especially some High Templars. Freaking throw some Psystorms down. Now he's forcing Softball to lift up his command center, but I think it's not going to be quick enough, as that command center is going to get picked off. And yes, it is. That command center just gets picked off there by HuK, and that is a great move there by HuK. Now HuK is looking to push into the choke of the Softball's main base, as that natural is completely gone. But we do have that far base with a planetary fortress on the bottom there, fully mining with no defenses, and he has a ton of mules there as well. HuK is looking to push in there, which I think was a bad move on his part, as that planetary fortress does a ton of splash damage, but he should be able to kill it fast enough before he loses a good handful of units. Let's get a health bar up here, see how much he might use. It looks like he lost a few Zealots there. That's about it, but he was able to chop away at the command center, and there you have it. There is a good game. Definitely great play by both these players. Looks like HuK kept the pressure on more than Softball should have. And also Softball did a common MMM ball, which you just don't do that against a player like HuK. I mean, HuK just straight up knows what to do to counter that. I mean, he did win the first GSL, StarCraft 2, and I think he came in third on MLG. Or maybe it was, no, he won the first MLG and he came in third on the second MLG. I don't know what he did in the ESL, if he even went to it. Too many tournaments freaking happening to remember everything. But there you have it. Game 2 goes to HuK. So HuK does win this series of 3 against Softball. So HuK will be moving on into the ladder of the BlizzCon 2010 tournament. And I will see you all next time.